I think I count 6 people. Oh, we have a couple minutes left before 7 to give everyone else a little bit extra chance. It sounds like Rob is stuck in New York. Not sure if he's going to be able to dial in.
Maybe it's a Macaulay Culkin situation.
No, it's a JetBlue situation for those of us
Oh
that have had the
boy.
pleasure lately.
Been bad recently. I don't know why.
Through the chair, you're live on HCAM TV.
Thank you. I'll give everybody another minute or so. Rob is indisposed through a delayed flight, so unless he's able to dial in, I will start with the meeting script in a couple of minutes. I think we're missing Elise and Karen, right? One more minute. John, where's the letters for the Wilson Street? It's in one of the non-current projects.
It should be in the admin folder, but we haven't gotten anything new. And I heard from Peter, and he is looking to continue that discussion to the next meeting.
Okay. All right, let's get started then. I think we've got everybody we were expecting to not be redirected to a different airport. All right. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting will be conducted via remote means in accordance with applicable law. This means that members of the public body, as well as members of the public, may access this meeting via virtual means. Participants may access this meeting through the remote meeting link as posted in the meeting agenda and through the town's online calendar. When required by law or allowed by the chair, persons wishing to provide public comments or otherwise participate in the meeting may do so by raising their hands or otherwise signaling their intents to speak and being recognized by the chair. This meeting will be recorded. Please take care to mute your microphone unless you have been recognized by the chair. We will now confirm attendance of members. Please respond with present if you are on the call. Rob Benson, I believe, is not on, right? Okay. Elise Mielowski.
Present.
Lucia Lopez.
Present.
Michael King.
Present.
Parker Happ.
Present.
Jane Moran.
Present.
Karen Wills.
Present.
Vikasith Prati.
Present.
And Matthew Vronka present. Staff, John Gelsich.
Present.
And Lori St. John.
Present.
Excellent. All right. First item on the agenda, Wilson Street road damage discussion. John, you were saying that we might want to continue this. Do you have any other updates?
Yeah, I heard from Peter later this afternoon, who said he wasn't able to coordinate with Beta last week. He had to travel for family stuff, so he is going to look to do that in this coming week and have something for the next planning board meeting.
Okay, and this isn't actually a hearing, so we don't need to vote on anything to continue it. We'll just on next agenda.
Yeah.
Okay. Next item are the minutes for agenda 19th and September 9th. Looks like the suggested motion is to do the two of them at once. Does anybody have any changes for the minutes? Post edits.
Through the chair.
Lucia?
So August 19, I think Elise is marked both present and absent. And I believe she was absent, if I can find the...
I was absent because we were on vacation.
Yes, so she's marked as present and absent, so we could strike her from the present. And then on page 4, under 0 Benson, the second paragraph, change resident to president. I think it was referring to the president of Alt.
Paragraph 4,
Page 4,
Yep.
the under 0 Benson, the second paragraph.
second paragraph. Oh, then president. That makes more sense.
Yeah. And then page 5, the paragraph that starts, Mr. Benson asked Mr. Gelsich. I think the
I would entertain a motion that to move that the planning board approve the minutes of August 19th as amended, August 19th, 2024 as amended, and September 9th, 2024 as written.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, hearing a motion and seconded. We'll do a roll call vote. Just make sure Rob hasn't dialed in. Elise Mielowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wills,
Yes.
Vic Assad,
Yes.
and myself is yes. Excellent. So the minutes are accepted, and that brings us back to public hearing on 147 Hayden Row, Charleswood Elementary School. I see people, I see the applicant on. John, do you have any update to start with?
So we received the 2 letters, the revised letters from Ty and Bond today, the traffic and civil engineering. And they have basically a clean letter aside from some other items. So I have a number of proposed conditions that resulted from that letter that can be put into the decision if the board is looking to move forward with a vote tonight, or we can wrap up conversations and discussions and then wait until the next meeting to actually go through the decision details and then make a vote on that.
It looked like there was a number of stuff towards the end of the letter about the traffic study. Do the proposed conditions capture that?
Yes, but I would like to see if the board would want it worded differently or have more information in it.
Okay. I'll start by asking the board if they have any questions before asking the applicant to respond. Anything from the board, or should we ask the applicant to kind of provide their update?
Through the chair.
Lucia?
I didn't see these two, because I think they were just uploaded today.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make a note of that.
Yeah, they were uploaded close to like midday today.
Oh yeah, I think I missed the 11:51 actually, for that matter. So I don't know. Yeah, so it sounds like maybe we won't do a vote just because I don't think enough people have had an opportunity to see the most recent two. But somebody on the applicant side want to kind of give an update of the feedback from Ty and Bond and anything else that they might want to raise. Mr. Powers.
Sorry. Yes, sorry. I joined late. I lost power at my house. So we did receive Ty and Bond's review letter. We did go through it, and it seems that there were a couple of items that were essentially going to be, they were comfortable with being conditions, and as well as a couple minor comments regarding our HydroCAD model. So all in all, I think there were probably a handful of comments altogether that were outstanding. Otherwise, they seemed very comfortable with what we resubmitted, what they reviewed. You know, we're fine. We were very pleased that Ty and Bond was able to turn it around so quickly. We're pleased with, you know, where it is, and we did understand, and we were planning for that if it does get continued, to give the board enough time to be able to review their comments as well. We take no exception to that.
Thank you for understanding. Any other updates from anybody else on the applicant side? Sounds like things are pretty
So through the chair,
good, John.
I believe Ty and Bond is also on this call.
Oh, excellent. Somebody from Ty and Bond want to give an update?
Yeah, hi, this is Chris Rokas from Ty and Bond. Yeah, basically we had a handful of comments in the stormwater peer review that were outstanding, and most of them could be conditions of approval, or if they want to make minor edits to the materials and resubmit. And same thing with the traffic. There was some minor outstanding comments. A lot of it was to do with, after things are constructed, doing traffic analysis and that kind of thing. So we largely everything was addressed on our end.
Excellent. One of the things I think has been recurring is the idea of the island for the left turn. Did anybody on the board have any comments on that, since that's been brought up before, or anybody from the applicant or Ty and Bond for that matter have any feedback they want to discuss about that? Because I think that was raised again in the traffic letter.
Yeah, the only thing I could speak to is I didn't do the traffic review, but I did see that the gentleman that did the review, they put a comment in there about, looking at that again, actually putting some type of, obstruction so vehicles can't turn left. So that's just something that should be looked at again, but that's a recommendation in the letter.
And I think the applicant's position in the past has been they want to leave the flexibility for later. Is that still the idea there?
Yeah, I think our preference is to leave it for flexibility for later, because it's easier to change a sign than it is to rip out an island.
Any feedback from the board?
So through the chair.
Jane?
So during non-peak hours, would it be legal or probable to turn left, even though there's a no left turn sign there?
Yes, I don't think we're doing anything configuration. Well, legal is an open question of whether this is a private sign or a public road sign, but unless the planning board or the town makes it a vote that that's a street that's turning left, it's just a sign asking you not to turn left.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same situation as the high school right now?
Yes, and it's problematic in a lot of instances during non-peak hours. But it's good to know. Thank you. I had one other question, and I'm not
AJ?
sure if it has to do with the bike lanes and I mean the traffic or not. But there was a mention that the bike lanes are going to be painted, and I was wondering if you could tell me, Chris, if that's throughout the whole project or just in parts of it. I think there is a lot of interest in bike lanes.
I do not know the answer to that. Steve, I don't know if you know the answer to that.
I
Or
don't,
Ashley?
not this time.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments from the board? On any part of the application?
Maybe we could find out, because there was a mention that there would be bike lanes indicated. So maybe next meeting we could get an answer.
Any comments?
Through the
from the-
chair.
Yeah, Chris?
There was one, I don't know if you mentioned it because I also jumped on a few seconds late. I thought you guys would have more early business. There was a mention at the design review board about the light poles as part of going before the design review board. They flagged that the light poles that were proposed were 30-foot poles. We have since, I don't know if it was reflected in the drawings that were submitted for this week, but we will be revising those to meet the 15-foot town standard. The engineers looked at that and they believe that they can accomplish that with the same spacing. They're just going to adjust the actual fixtures and go with 15-foot poles to meet the town standard.
Thank you. I'll open up to public comment if there's any members of the public that want to raise their hand in Zoom.
Through the chair, I did have one question, but I don't know if this was answered in the letter that I haven't read. So, for the traffic study that's going to come after the school is open, who's going to be responsible for that? And is there a plan in place to do that once the school opens?
I believe I don't know if Dan's on. I believe that VHB is already contracted to do that as part of their initial proposal, but I can't say that with certainty. I thought that was part of the base scope, but we would have to confirm that. I don't know if Michael knows the answer to that.
I don't know the answer. I think, if there's a post-construction monitoring study for this, we can look at if we can certainly do that. I think that would be up to the school board. We can check the contract up, but either way, it'll be done. And yeah, I'm not sure if we're under contract to do that yet. It's probably still too early to actually have a contract for that because we don't know the full scope of that work.
Any other questions from either the board or the public? One other thing that I think came up was a question about lane width, about 10-foot versus 11-foot. Is that still being discussed, or is there?
I believe that is, John, correct me if I'm wrong, but ultimately the lane width and the sidewalk discussion is the select board and the DPW after the planning board signs off on the initial traffic study.
Yes, that's being discussed by DPW and town engineer and select board.
Oh. Anything any deadlines need to be extended? If we continue this to next meeting?
The stormwater management permit is due October 2nd.
Okay,
That
so
would need to be changed to October 14th.
Okay. All right, seeing no other hands raised for comment, no other discussion and if there's no other discussion from the board, I would entertain a motion to extend the stormwater permit deadline to October 14th and continue the meeting as two different motions, John, or one?
So you could do one. It would just be continuing the hearing for the site plan and stormwater management permit to October 7th, and the decision for the stormwater management permit to October 14th.
Entertain the motion to do what John said.
So moved.
Second.
All right, then we'll do a roll call vote. As I pull the names up again. Elise Mielowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wills,
Yes.
Vikas Prati,
Yes.
and Matthew Ronka, yes. I'll see y'all next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving back up to the top of the agenda. 0 Benson Road is asked to continue again to October 7th. Is that right, John?
Yes, and I believe the attorney is on the call.
The attorney for it's Mrs. Wolf.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, gentlemen. Yes, we'd like to continue until the 7th. We're still in negotiations on a piece of land, and it's just moving a little slower than we had anticipated.
Okay. Thank you for the update. Does the board have any comment, or just assume there is none? In which case, I will entertain a motion to continue this to the 7th. Entertain a motion to continue the public hearing for 0 Benson Road to October 7th. Thank you. Second?
Yep. Second.
All right, thank you. Roll call vote. Elise Mielowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ. Parker?
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wells,
Yes.
Vic,
Yes.
and Matthew Vronka is a yes.
Thank you all very much. We'll see you on the 7th.
Thank you. Moving on to continuing 37 East Street to New England Laborers Training Center. Amendment to the major site plan. Scrolling on down.
So through the chair, this one we found out today, PAR did not finish the memo in time. They're still going through the memo. So the applicant emailed and asked for a continuation of the hearing to the next meeting. And then the decision deadline for the stormwater management permit should get extended to the 14th as well.
Okay, so given that, I will entertain a motion to continue the public hearing until the October 7th meeting and extend the deadline for the stormwater management permit to October 14th.
So moved.
Second.
All right, go to a roll call vote. Elise Mielowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wells,
Yes.
Vikas Prati,
Yes.
and Matthew Vronka is a yes as well. All right, and so this is a new public hearing we've got, which looks like it will be continued right away. But we'll need to open this. So I will entertain a motion to open the public hearing for 48 to 52 Main Street and 6 Cedar Street, major site plan and stormwater management permit. SVN Parsons Commercial Group and Brendan Properties, Inc.
So moved.
Second, anyone?
Yep. Second.
All right. Roll call vote. Elise Mielowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wells,
Yes.
Vic,
Yes.
and Matthew Vronka is a yes. John, anything to discuss on background, or should we just wait till next meeting to do all that?
So Yeah, so they've submitted, but they have a conflict. The entire applicant's team have conflicts for today and October 7th. So they're actually requesting a continuation to October 21st, and they've agreed to continuing the stormwater management permit to October 28th. They weren't able to make it. They reached out to see if we could schedule a standalone meeting so that they could discuss or at least introduce the project, but we don't do that. And so the chair said, no, we don't do that. So in the meantime, we are going to try and get as much done between the civil engineer to do the review so that when we get to the October 21st meeting, hopefully they will have a clean letter or close to a clean letter because all that has been worked out. But yeah, nothing else to add than that at this point.
Okay. Thanks for the update on that. Given all that, I don't think there's really much to discuss right now. So I will entertain a motion to continue the deadline on the stormwater management till I think we said October 28th. Is that what we said?
Correct.
And the hearing until October 21st.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Roll call vote. Lisa Mielewski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wells,
Yes.
Vikas Prati,
Yes.
and Matthew Vronka is a yes as well. All right. Making good time with everything being continued. Don't think there's anything else on the agenda. Is that correct? Next meetings are October 7th, 21st, and then November 4th. Does anybody have anything that I'm missing on the board or staff? All right. In which case, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
And roll call vote once more. Elise Mielewski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wells,
Yes.
Vikas Prati,
Yes.
and Matthew Vronka is a yes. Thank you, everybody, for attending and taking all the votes to get through this.
I really appreciate it. Just got my flu shot and the short meeting was welcomed. Thank you so much.
Shortest meeting
better
ever.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.